Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to Crystal Vision 1111. This is a general love reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading today may apply to all of you watching. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and for your situation. And release the rest to the universe. So let's see what the universe wants us to know today, please, about this person. What do we need to hear? What messages are coming through? I'm not happy or at peace with my life right now. Boy, someone is having a tough go of things. They're not happy or at peace in their lives right now. And this is a message coming from your person, guys. They're not in a good space. And you guys probably are in a better space than this person is, I'll tell you that, because you've worked through so many of these things and your person is having to do the same. But many times these separations, when they happen, it can be very triggering for the other person. And what is happening for your person right now at the moment, and this is what they're saying, this separation has triggered me and it's showing me that I need to change. I don't like to use the word triggered because I feel like it can have a negative connotation, but that is what is coming through and that is what I'm hearing right now. This isn't about you triggering each other when you were together. Of course that happened, but that was part of the process and part of the journey. What is happening for your person now is they are so very well aware that your absence in their life is making them absolutely miserable. This is why they're not happy. It's why they have no peace in their life. There's no tranquility. There's no harmony. They feel this inner conflict happening within them all the time because they are trying to figure out if they had only done things differently. This is what your person is saying here. I should have done things differently. I shouldn't have been fearful. I shouldn't have been afraid. I should have let you in. I should have let down my guard. I should have opened my heart to you and told you how I felt about you from the very beginning because I felt that love in that moment. That's what this person is saying. And they're not happy or at peace. Many times, though, when we hurt someone, we also can get some karma. Karma comes at us from the universe. Karmic payback for how this person hurt you. And this could also be why they're not happy or at peace in their life at the moment. But these things are great teachers. The unhappiness, the lack of tranquility, the lack of peace that this person feels, perhaps even getting karma. Powerful teachers that are helping your person see that, yes, they should have done things very differently here. They should have listened to you. They should have believed what you were saying to them rather. And they have this regret for not doing that at the moment. But let's see what else we need to know. What else is going on with this person? What do we need to hear for this reading today, please? I'm afraid you won't be willing to give me another chance. Now, you guys watching the reading, most of you are here because you want to give this person another chance and you want them to come back, right? Of course. But your person doesn't know full on if you're going to take them back. They have this fear that is building within them that you may not give them another chance, especially if they did a lot of emotional damage to you, if they really hurt you, if they broke their heart, if they did other things that caused a lot of pain for you in any way, shape, or form. This person is saying here, I am so afraid you won't take me back, especially for those of you, if it's been more than one time that this person has done this, that they've run from this relationship, that they've ghosted you, that they have created all these kind of problems and self-sabotage the relationship. They can actually be fearful that you won't give them another chance. But what I'm hearing is they're saying in their heart and in their soul, they have this eternal hope and optimism that you will give them another chance because they're hoping that you have faith in them and faith in this connection and that you will allow them back into your life because they want to show you that what they are learning during the time that you have been apart from each other has been that they need to grow up, that they need to be responsible to this relationship. They have learned and grown during this time apart. Remember, we said that these things are painful teachers. Separation brings life lessons. And when we have those life lessons, we've got to go through them. We can't run from them because our life is just going to become more miserable, unhappy, and peaceful until we go through those life lessons. And that is what your person is doing here. They're learning these life lessons because they want to have this chance to be with you again. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective want to share with us today, please? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? I feel like a stupid fool. Well, yes. Now, we're not saying that your person is stupid, okay? What we're saying here is that your person feels foolish, or excuse me, that's what this person is saying. And yes, they do feel foolish. It could have been so much easier if they had just stayed in this connection with you. You guys could have worked through all of this stuff together. You could have learned these life lessons together, but your person wasn't ready, so they just threw up that wall, ran out the door, didn't respond to phone calls or texts, basically ghosted you, ran from you in this connection. But were they really running from you? No. They were running from themselves and the reflection that they saw in the mirror about the things that they needed to work on, the things they need to fix so that they can be an adult in an adult relationship. And if they had had conversations with you about the problems that they were having, about their fears, their insecurities, these old things that they had been dragging around with them, you guys could have worked through that together because you are more advanced, more than likely, for most of you out there than your person is. And you could have helped them work through it, but they chose to do this the hard way. They chose to do this the difficult way. And now they have been triggered by this separation. But that is allowing them to awaken to all of this and see things and understand things and know that, oh my God, I shouldn't have done things this way. It was so ridiculous. I just feel so stupid for not getting my act together sooner. I should have released all these things that were holding me back before I met you. This is what your person is saying here. And yes, they may feel foolish, but they're also going to not allow their foolishness to prevent them from showing back up for you and seeing if you're willing to give them another chance. What other messages does the collective need to hear for today, please? What messages are coming in from the universe? I'm done running. Well, thank God for that. I need to fight my fears. Yes, they need to fight those fears and turn around and run back to you. But again, this is what needs to happen for your person. Even though this separation from this person is very hard on you, and it has probably triggered things within you as well that you needed to face head on. You guys watching the reading, if you have insecurity issues, if you have abandonment fears that still have not been addressed or worked on within yourself, these things will be triggered by this person, because these are the very things that are holding all of us back from experiencing, living our lives from the most authentic place that we can. We have to work through these things. It is part of the ascension process. And working through that stuff is not easy. And you guys have been working on it because we talk about it in the chat. And if you haven't joined us for a premiere, please join us on this channel every single day of the week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And on our other channel, Soulmates Twin Flames Tarot, at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, people talk about their experiences and their growth and how their person is returning and they're spending time together and they're talking and communicating. So you don't have to go through this journey alone, guys. There is a great support network for you out there in the chat. Just come and join us at the premieres. and start talking. There's no need to be shy. Everyone is loving, supportive, and giving in the community that they have built on the chat. So your person, it's time for them to stop running. You know, they can run only so far and so hard and so fast, and then everyone gets exhausted because you can't run from these feelings. They were running from their fears, not their feelings. Fearing their feelings is what they were running from, yes, but they're ready to stop running and start making their way back to you because they don't want to feel foolish anymore. When they look in the mirror, they have to look at themselves and they have to acknowledge all of this when they're brushing their teeth, when they're washing their face, whenever they're doing whatever they're doing in front of the mirror, whether it's shaving or putting on makeup or brushing their hair or whatever it is they're doing, they are having to look at who they are. And they can say, I didn't like this person that I was, but I am starting to love the person I am becoming because I am changing and transforming, and I am learning my life lessons, and I'm learning how to be more authentic with myself so that I can be more authentic with my person. And this is what I'm hearing your person is saying here. They're ready to stop running and turn around, getting rid of these fears, kicking them to the curb, battling them if they have to, because this person wants to fight their way back to you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the universe want to reveal? What do we need to know about what's going on here with the collective? What does the collective need to know? I don't want to let go of our love. No, they don't. And they understand this. And you may have thought that they were so willing to run, to ghost, to deny this connection, to create problems, to make all of these mistakes that caused this separation, this no contact between the two of you. But they don't want to let go of our love. And they are truly acknowledging this here. And if it has taken being apart from this person for them to be able to full on admit that they don't want to let go of this relationship, of this love, and of you, then it will be worth it in the end, at the end of the day, no matter how hard it's been for you to work through it. Because you were going to get these life lessons anyway, you guys watching the reading. These lessons were going to come along in one form or another, either through this person or through something else. So whatever you have been working on during the time that you have been in this separation from this person, while you are preparing for union, those things that have needed your work, that you've needed to do some inner work or self-reflection or journaling or whatever it is to resolve those issues within you, yes, you guys watching the reading, they were going to come along anyway, either through this person or through someone else or through something else. And so you are working through this now as well, and so is your person. But that is the beauty of this part of the journey. It allows you to work on these difficult issues by yourselves, because working on them in union can be more challenging. Working on them in separation actually does give the relationship greater sustainability and staying power as you come back together, because you're both healed. And so, yes, your person has probably triggered something in you as well during this separation. But you will see that it is so worth it when you come back together. And the two of you can build this relationship to this place where it can go long term. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? What is going on with this person? What is happening here? Well, this is the world. From every ending comes a new beginning. That is what the world means. The world is about the attainment of all things that we desire, and you are desiring to have reconciliation with your person, and your person is desiring this reconciliation with you as well. And that is what this World card is supporting at the moment. But it tells us that the universe is at work in this connection between you and your person as well, because the world does imply also the universe. The people upstairs, we've already talked about it, that they were going to cause you to grow and change and evolve no matter how much you resist change. And this is coming from your person. This is what I'm hearing. Your person resisted this change. And so this separation has caused them to acknowledge they need to go through this growth and experience what it's like to become more authentic and more real. But this World card is about achieving what you desire, gaining the things in your lives that you want together in union, because from every ending comes this new beginning. This is about the circle of life and the ability to build a stable, harmonious, happy, long-term partnership with each other. Let's see what else the universe wants to share with the collective today, please. What do we need to know about this person? What messages are coming in for the collective? What do we need to know? The Wheel. Well, this is about the Wheel of Fortune. And yes, it's interesting that this card comes up today because this is the Wheel of Fate and Destiny, but also the Wheel of the Universe, which is constantly turning. Interesting that it comes next to the World card, actually, because we talked about how the world is also the universe, and now the universe is at work in this connection with your person, working on you each individually to put those final finishing touches on this growth and transformation that you've both been going through. The Wheel of Universe, the Wheel of Destiny, the Wheel of Fortune is the Wheel of Fate. And yes, there is more to this connection with your person. All it takes is a little spin of the wheel and everything can and will change. But it's also what is causing and supporting the changes that are happening here in this relationship with your person and you as well, because it is constantly turning. Everything is different. As things are today, 30 minutes from now, everything is going to be different. And you still have unfinished business with your person when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, because you do have this fate and destiny to fulfill, which is why your person is saying here, I don't want to let go of our love. We have unfinished business. There's more to this relationship than where it currently is. I just need to get my act together and start making my way back to you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear? What do we need to know? The Three of Wands, the card of longing, the card of missing you, the card of wishing things were different. That is what this Three of Wands is about. Your person acknowledging that, yes, I miss you so much. It's making me crazy. And I do feel foolish for creating the damage I created in this relationship, because it's what's making me feel that I am not in a happy place or at peace in my life right now. How can they be? And you can probably feel that coming from your person as well. You're having to deal with your own stuff, and then you're dealing with your person's unhappiness and lack of peace and tranquility on top of that. Yes, it's a tough situation for you guys to be in. But this Three of Wands also tells us that the wait is almost over. Things are about to start shifting and changing here, because this came next to the Wheel of Fortune. Again, all it takes is a click of the wheel. The Wheel of Fortune is on your side. Think of it as Lady Luck, like you're spinning the roulette wheel and winning. That is what this is about. But things are about to change with your person, because they are saying here, I'm ready to stop running. It's time for me to stop and turn around and make my way back to you, because I want this ability for this new beginning with you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective want to share with us, please? What do we need to hear? What is going on? What do we need to know? The Two of Swords. Well, the Two of Swords is about having to make a decision here. And your person having to decide what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and how they're going to say it. But the Two of Swords also does symbolize a stalemate, and things have probably been stuck between you and this person for a while, especially for people who are in situations where there's no contact, where there's running, where there's ghosting, and all of that other immature behavior. But the Two of Swords is also a card of two-way communication, telling us that your person is going to reach out to you. Swords belong to the element of air, which is ideas, thoughts, decisions, talking. So two-way talking is coming from your person. But as well, for you guys watching the reading, is there something that you are needing to make a decision about that you may not have all of the information? Perhaps it's even something at a distance, something that's not even close to you in terms of location, because this Three of Wands can also be about things that are at a distance. Or are you trying to make some sort of decision about taking a trip? Especially with that World card being there, that's about travel. So is this Three of Wands, and if you're trying to decide about making a trip here, it's saying with this Wheel of Fortune to just roll that wheel, spin that wheel, rather, roll the dice, spin the wheel, and go for it, is what it's saying here. Let's see what other messages the universe wants to share with the collective today, please. What do we need to know about this person? What is going on here? What do we need to hear about this person and this connection? What do we need to know? What is happening here? The Seven of Cups. Well, the Seven of Cups is about someone who has you on their mind. They are thinking about you all the time. But it's also about what your person is projecting into the future. They are thinking about how this future with you would look, where you would live, the kind of home it would be, where you would go for vacations, if you would have children or combine your families. They're thinking as well about restoring peace, balance, and harmony to this connection, and how they're going to do it. And that is part of this decision process that they're working through right now with that Two of Swords. Your person is dreaming about you at night, connecting with you in 5D. Perhaps you are having the same dreams about your person, waking up with thoughts of them being heavily on your mind. It's happening for them. At least that's what they're saying here. Because as your person goes to bed, they think about this separation, and they think about how they don't have you in their life and how they're going to get it back. They daydream about you as well. They think about you while they're at work. They think about you while they're driving the car, while they're going to the grocery store, while they're picking up coffee, while they're picking up lunch, while they're hanging out with their friends, while they're playing baseball or football or whatever else it is that your person might do for any sort of activities. They're thinking about you all the time, because this is a card of daydreams as well as night dreams. But through their visions here, it is a card of visions. They're able to see through all of the fog. They're able to see through all of their bad decisions. They're able to see through their clouded thinking, their clouded thoughts, and get to the place where it's time to decide that I'm going to do something and start talking, because it is time for us to start reuniting with each other, because your person doesn't want to let go of this love. They feel that they have made themselves look so ridiculous. They're embarrassed. They're ashamed for how they acted and behaved with you. I mean, they've got to not only take on this guilt and regret for creating the problems they created in this relationship, but they're having to also carry the heavy burden of all the stuff they did wrong, that they're ashamed of, that they're embarrassed about. They maybe even feel like they've humiliated themselves, but they'll get over it. because that's part of this process, because they don't want to let go of this love. Of course, they're going to get over it. They have to. It is about them growing, changing, and evolving. And if it has taken this separation to allow your person to heed the call, to wake up and actually get things moving here, as I've already mentioned, it will be worth it in the long run, because this is what they need to go through. This is how they need to change, and this is how they need to evolve so that they can be this person you want them to be. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. Life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And this Seven of Cups is very much about imagination as well. It can also be a card of fantasy. Just wanted to show that beautiful card, guys. Stop focusing on past events. This is some advice that your person is taking on right now. They are thinking and overthinking about all of the things that they did in the past that they did wrong. Wanting to build a better future. Wanting to build a brighter relationship with you. By creating these more positive thoughts. By envisioning what this future with you looks like. By dwelling upon the two of you being together in union, by thinking about that and spinning that vision in their mind. This gives them something positive to focus on and think about during this separation, because this separation is hard on your person. You guys can see that by the stuff we've talked about during the reading. But what I'm also hearing is that for you guys watching the reading, try not to focus your energy on these past events that you had with your person. Not the happy, fun memories, but the memories where the damage was done. The harsh memories, the difficult memories, with the fighting, with the arguing, with all of that stuff that created this heartache and heartbreak for you. Try to remove those things from your mind. And if you can't, then ask the universe to help you. The universe, that's what they're there for. They're here to help us work through these things, to make us feel safe and secure and protected. Imagine a different future with your person. Visualize a different outcome than the one that you currently have, because you create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And that is what your person is doing. They're creating a different reality by creating a different ending in their mind right now. Yes, they are responsible for creating the difficult ending that they created with you. And they are thinking about that oh so very much. Which is why they are creating a new one. And soon these thoughts, these visions, these visualizations, these fantasies will manifest into the reality as your person makes their way back to you. Ask for help from others. Okay, guys, so your person could be asking the universe to help them, their angels and guides. Perhaps they're asking friends that care about them and care about you in this relationship on what they should do, what actions they should take, how they're going to repair this, how they can fix this connection, how they can get to this place where you will reunite with them, because they're afraid you won't be willing to give them another chance. They don't know for sure. And they're asking for help from others. Asking for guidance. What shall I do? How shall I do it? And these people that they're talking to are people that care about them and their happiness. And these people also care about you, because whether it's friends, family, co-workers, people they trust, people they know, these people are saying to your person, you were a lot happier and more at peace when you had that blessing in your life, when they had you in their lives, is what they're saying here. And your person is acknowledging, yes, I was. This is why I need to fix it. I wasn't ready to be the partner I needed to be back then, and I let this person down, and I failed them, and I screwed up, and I made all of these mistakes, but I need to fix it. What do I do? How can I fix it? So they're listening to this advice, but as well, the universe is giving them advice and encouragement as well about what to do and how to do it to make it happen. So let's see what else we need to know for this reading. Let's see what other messages the universe wants to share with us, please. Let's see what we need to know. What other messages does the universe want to reveal for this reading? Bear spirit. Does anyone resonate with bears? Bears are, well, they're majestic creatures, but they're terrifying. Boy, they could, oof. But bear spirit is healing. This also comes with number 4. Teddy bears are nice, though. I love teddy bears. Number 4. The number 4 is a number that brings stability, right? Because we have to consider 4 corners, a foundation. It takes 4 cornerstones to build a foundation. So this is about your person healing, and this is what is needed to happen. This is actually them doing what they need to do. They're doing what it takes to make it happen, to get to this place where the two of you can reconcile and reunite so that you won't have to let go of this love. This is about your person healing so they can stop running, healing so they can stop feeling foolish, letting go of all of this stuff that has held them back from this relationship with you. This is what your person is working on now. And yes, maybe other people in their lives are giving them help. Perhaps they're getting counseling to work through these issues. Perhaps they're talking to a therapist. Whatever it is that this person is doing, they are taking all of it to heart because they want to make sure that they can make their way back to you, so they can have this relationship with you. Because this person does not want to let you go. They don't want to let go of this love. This is part of the reason why they are working through these things. Not just for you, though. They're also doing it because it was time for them to do it. It is all part of this divine plan that this universe has in place here that supports the growth for both of you. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the universe want to share with us today, please? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? Action. Courage. Beginnings. And Jupiter. Jupiter's about expansion. That is about your person. Yes, expanding who they are. Becoming authentic, becoming real, finding the courage they need to be able to take action, to create this new beginning with you, because this is what this person desires. They want a new beginning. They want a fresh start. This is them saying, I don't ever want to let you go. And one thing that this separation has taught your person is that life without you is not happy, fulfilling, or peaceful, and they need to do what it takes to get you back. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? Fulfillment. Well, yes, your person wants to be fulfilled again, and as I just said, they feel fulfilled when you are in their life. But it's also about wish fulfillment for you guys out there watching the reading. Throw that wish out to the universe. Let the people upstairs grab that wish and fulfill it, because it looks like your person is doing what they need to do. It looks like they are doing what needs, or making what needs to happen. And yes, they are going to plod along at this at their own speed, at their own rate, which is probably not the rate that you desire, but they are doing it as best they can to get back to you. Let's see what else we need to know. What other messages does the collective need to share with us today, please? What do we need to know about this person? What is happening here? Regret. Oh yeah. Your person has been feeling that regret, and we have seen that since the beginning of the reading. Of course they feel regret. They don't like not having you in their life. But again, it is the thing that has triggered your person to grow up. And this is what they've needed to do. They can't just stay the way they were in this connection with you. It wasn't going to work the way that it was, the way that they were. It was going to crash and burn at some point. And better that it happened earlier rather than later, so the person, your person, can grow and evolve sooner rather than later, because that gives you guys this chance to come into union sooner. Let's see what else we need to know. What other messages does the collective need to hear, please? What do we need to know about this person and this connection, please? Integration and union. Well, yeah, so your person is integrating all of these things that they have been feeling and experiencing during the time that you have been apart from each other. And we all assimilate and integrate these life lessons and experiences differently. But your person is saying here, I'm doing it. I'm tired of running. I have learned the lesson. I am ready for union. I have a lot of regrets and remorse for how I acted and how I treated you. And I wish I could take it all back, but I can't. But what I can do, I can show up and be a better partner this time, because I have learned through my experience of this separation, and it has caused me to grow up. And I don't ever want to go through a separation from you ever again. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading today, please. What other messages does the collective need to hear? Separation. Longing. Well, yes, we have talked about that throughout this reading. That Three of Wands is a card of longing. It is a card of yearning and wishing and hoping and wanting to be able to rebuild this relationship. Your person, this separation has definitely done its part for your person in terms of awakening them to the possibilities of what can truly happen between the two of you. And that is what your person needs to see. And they couldn't do that while they were running, while they were resisting, while they were denying, but they are seeing it now. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective want to share with us, please? What do we need to know? Past. Well, yeah, your person is looking back to the past. And again, we've talked about that. They are filled with that regret and acknowledging that in the past, they didn't give to you as much as they should have. But as well, it could be because of their past issues that they hadn't worked through, that they hadn't resolved. And they are working through these things now, because all of this for your person is about them growing up and learning, which is what needs to happen. Let's see what else we need to know for this reading. What other messages does the collective want to share with us today? What does the collective need to hear, rather? What does the universe want to share with us, please? Apology. Yeah, your person's going to apologize. They will show up and apologize in a way that is very meaningful to you, because they're having to also forgive themselves, which is what they're doing. They're having to forgive themselves for how they treated you. And then they want to show up and ask you for if you're willing to forgive them as well. And if you are willing to do that, if you're willing to accept their apology, that will allow for them that final forgiveness that they need for themselves, for creating the damage to this relationship, for hurting you, for breaking their own heart in the process. But your person knows that apology is something that needs to happen here. That is something that they are definitely very well aware of at the moment. Let's see what else. What other messages does the collective need to hear for this reading today, please? What do we need to know? What does the universe want to share with us? Receive. Well, I feel what this is telling us with that hand being open and that light shining on it like that is that your person is ready to receive the love that this relationship has to offer. And they may have been ready for it before when the two of you were spending time together, but then they closed instead of being like this, they closed their hands. Instead of being open to it, they shut themselves off. But through all of this separation has allowed your person to, they get it. they had a wake-up call, several of them, many of them, and they know that it is time to do something here. This separation has taught your person so much about themselves, so much about this relationship, so much about you, but this is what they needed to go through as well. And while it may be difficult because it perhaps did trigger your person into growing, evolving, and changing, but that is what needed to happen for this relationship to have this stability, this staying power, for this integration and union. Because your person is saying here, yes, it's time for me to take action. I'm ready for this beginning. I'm ready to start over. I am asking for help from people to see what kind of advice I can get from them so I can do the right things and show you that I'm ready and able and willing and so desiring to rebuild this relationship. Because they don't want to screw it up again. They want this to be this powerful union between the two of you, which is why they have been working on themselves and focused on themselves, although it's been hard for them. Yes, it's been hard for you as well, you guys watching the reading. But this started with, I'm not happy or at peace in my life. Well, what does that tell them? Yes, because they feel foolish, because of all of this stuff, all of this drama, all of this chaos, all of this bad energy, this funky energy, this toxic and dysfunctional behaviors and perhaps even habits that they brought into this relationship doesn't belong here. All of that had to go bye-bye. It had to leave. And that is what your person has been working through. The integration of their body, mind, and soul. The acceptance of this relationship. Being ready to receive this love and receive the light of the universe and being open to receiving the guidance of the universe as well. Because your person has learned through this separation that they need you in their life and they don't ever want to be without you again. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching and allowing us to be part of your journey. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you. Have a great day, everyone.